Good afternoon and welcome into the rinks at the Sports Center of Connecticut. It's the third to last game of the regular season. We have a ton at stake between the Sharks of Long Island University and the post-University Eagles. Welcome into the broadcast booth, ladies and gentlemen, joined by our production team of Jake Haddad, Michael Vesey, Grace Glassrud, and Kristen Brown. My name is Max Stapleton, and we are once again thrilled to be taking you through the action of today's game. It's Game 2 of this home-and-home series between conference foes, and Game 1 saw the Sharks take a 5-3 victory yesterday on the island. After Macy Peterson put Post up 1-0 early in the first, it was back-to-back late-period goals from LIU to make it 2-1 at the end of one. We waited until the third to see more scoring when Sarah Rourke scored 2 herself, putting LIU up by 3 goals. Post did put up a spirited comeback, 2 goals for Wysocki to pad her conference lead, but ultimately fell 5-3 on the road. After entering February winners of 4 of their last 6, the Eagles are now only 1-3 so far this month. It's been a ton of up and down as we enter the rocky road to the finish of the regular season. Pat Bingham and company need there to be a lot more up than down today. With only 3 games left this season, the New England Women's Hockey Alliance Conference Tournament is starting to take shape. Entering today's full slate of games, LIU enters atop the conference with 52 points, but Sacred Heart is right on their tails with 48 and 1 less game played. Post sits at 6th in the division currently with 30 points, 9 points behind Franklin Pierce, who is the last team if the season ended today with home ice advantage in the first round of the conference tournament. It's a long shot for the Eagles to get home ice, but it's not impossible. You need to start it today by getting your first ever program win against LIU, and you need to do it in regulation. So can Post do what they have never done before and topple the Sharks, or will LIU continue to pad their conference lead? We've got starting lineups, goaltender matchups, game previews, and of course the puck drop. All coming up next as you're watching Post University Women's Hockey. Welcome back into the rinks at the Sports Center of Connecticut here in Shelton. The third to final game of the regular season, the New England's Women Hockey Alliance, the Post-University Eagles, and the Long Island University Sharks. Game 2 of this two-game home-and-home series. Yesterday it was the Sharks with the 5-3 victory. After Post went up 1-0 early, it was 4 unanswered goals for Long Island University. Eagles made a game again late in the third, 4-3, and then 5-3, the nail in the coffin, as the Sharks padded their conference lead. Trying to do the same thing today. Let's get you today's starting lineups. First for the visitors, Long Island University entering this game with an overall record of 18-9-3 in conference play. They're 18-5-2. Their starting lineup today will be Kerrigan Umfreville on the left wing, Sarah Work at the center, and Anya Weiland at the right wing position. On defense, it'll be Peyton O'Neill, left defender, Kristen Kiggin, right defender, and of course in goal, Abby Thompson. For Post today, it'll be Macy Peterson, the third-line starter, Jody Rose and Noah Farberman, Danny Amons, Angeline Pitter, and Hannah Saunders in net. The puck is dropped, and we're underway for the third to final game of the season. Boy, this should be a very good game today. Post has never won a game against Long Island University in their program history, trying to do it for the first time. They've knocked on the door a few times recently, including yesterday, again, making it a close one, 4-3 late in the game, but ultimately just couldn't break through. They want any chance at home ice in the first round of the conference tournament. They need to win this game today and get all 3 points in regulation. That's a good start right there as Van den Udelaar gets the shot on goal to start it off. Abby Thompson made an early save. Macy Peterson right in front of the slot. Another rebound chance. Jody Rose just tried to tip it forward, but really no one there to receive the pass, and Sharks break out of their own defensive end. Kerrigan Umfreville just going to dump it off, and we'll get a couple of line changes early as Hannah Saunders gets it behind her net. Just about a minute gone in this first period of play. Thanks for joining us, Post-University Women's Hockey. As Wysocki drives into the slot, tries to pass it across the ice, but once again, a good defensive stick. That was Bree Eade who poke-checked that one away. Sharks in their away baby blue jerseys, Post in their white jerseys. As Rowan Ringer cuts it off before Long Island's able to exit the zone, and now Drew Dykowski will reset things. Trying to send it a long way up the ice. She couldn't quite do that, and now the Eagles content to just dump it off. Rowan Ringer to chase after it. We've seen throughout numerous times this year, Post, especially early and often in these games, really employ heavy use of the forecheck. We'll see if Pat Bingham and company decide to do that today. Haven't had much of a chance yet so far. Through neutral ice is Bree Eade. She sends it up. Gets cut down by Karis Kell, and now she comes the other way with it. Kale into the offensive zone at the right circle. Stops on a dime, looks for a pass, and just decides to lay it off behind her. Tristan Curry gets toppled by a Shark behind the netting. Post going for a quick change. The Sharks go through neutral ice. Pass intended for Maggie Culp that time off the stick of Lisa Schrofel. Didn't quite work out. Now Post behind their own net. This is Danny Amons with it. Excuse me, that's Marley Webster, actually. A lot of back and forth early in this game. Not a ton of shots on goal yet. No real stats to report. Few minutes in, there's a costly turnover right in front of Hannah Saunders' net, but no shot applied. Good defensive stick by Marley Webster there. Now Timmery Grom behind her own net. Looking for someone to pass it to. Tries to find Riley Patfield up the ice, and Patfield content to just tip it forward as Post will change lines. 17:10 left to go in this first period, still scoreless. No icing going to be called. Say it was touched at neutral ice there, so Post goes left to right now. It's Jet Devlin with a lot of speed. Maddie Noonan back in the lineup after a few days off. Now LIU through neutral ice. KCVDO, Van den Udelaar there to pick it up. Battle look forward on the near boards. It's Peyton O'Neill battling with Maddie Noonan. Hannah Luckman comes in to help. Post able to clear the defensive zone. Jet Devlin picks it up, but she's going 2-on-4 against a whole bunch of Sharks and just sends it on net. Force Thompson to make an easy save. Abby Thompson, what a year she is hatching. What a goaltender matchup we're going to have today here in Shelton. Pretty much not arguably the two best goalies in the conference this year between Abby Thompson and Hannah Saunders. You could say both are really realistically top 20 goalies in the nation. Thompson might get tested here. Farberman with a long shot. It went off the leg of Jody Rose, her teammate. Rose couldn't handle the rebound. Eade fans on the pass attempt. Now Long Island just trying to set some things up. Good body check that time. It was Jody Rose once again laying the hammer down. Noah Farberman goes off for a change. And Long Island resets things, looking to break out. Good defensive pressure from Macy Peterson and Timmery Grom. Couldn't quite keep the puck in the offensive zone. Now through neutralized, it's Milana Butera. She's content to just dump it away. Chasing after it, Sarah Rourke for Long Island. She had a career day yesterday. Sarah Rourke with her 4th and 5th goals of the season, as well as an assist, 3 points in yesterday afternoon's slate. And that one went into I was about to say the netting, but there is no netting over there, so really into just the bench area. 15:21 left to go in the first period. Faceoff comes back in the defensive zone of the Eagles. It's their first line back out there. Julia Wysocki, Rowan Ringer, and Selena Mikavakis. And Wysocki wins the faceoff. Ringer just sends it all the way up the ice and now tries to utilize her speed in a race. She basically won that one given where she was to start it. Now Umferville sends it across to the other side. Far side boards and farther up the ice. Rowan Ringer intercepts the pass. Marley Webster banks it to Selena Mikavakis. Mikavakis finds Wysocki, who sends it in deep. Bit of a risky pass that time from Abby Thompson, and Eagles able to force the turnover in their offensive zone. Wysocki's getting her stick held down, is continuing to have her stick held down, and was trying to signal to the refs. I don't know if any of the referees really saw it that time. They stay in the play. Ringer takes the slap shot right at the slot. First tough save for the night for Abby Thompson. Good job by Long Island, able to clear the zone, and now a counterattack. 2-on-1 the other way. Wilden takes the shot. And Karis Kell, I believe, got her stick on that one. Hannah Saunders might have gotten a piece of it, too, for their first shot and goal of the game. 14:29 left in this one, still scoreless. It was about halfway through the first period that Macy Peterson got the offensive party started yesterday. Combined 8 goals between the two teams over 60 minutes. Tie up on the faceoff, and Long Island's going to come away with it. Drew Dykowski along the near boards. First time we've said her name tonight, along with Maggie Culp. And right now, Post is doing a great job defensively, keeping the puck along the outside of the boards, not letting it get to the middle of the ice. It's got to be the goal for them all game long. As you know, Long Island's got some lethal scorers on their team. Timmery Grom behind the net. Sends it out into the slot, but unable to get the shot off as Amon still trying, and now just trying to retain possession, couldn't do so. What a play by Drew Dykowski defensively. She comes the other way with it now. 2-on-1 forming. She takes the shot and saved by Saunders. Look at this, coming the other way. Tristan Curry for the Eagles with some help trailing behind her, and she fires away. That one kicked down and covered up. Abby Thompson saves that one. Like a chess match going back and forth, both goaltenders standing strong early. It was mostly a defensive game to start this one off, and then in the span of 30 seconds, we get 4 shots on goal between the two teams. Both coaches changing their lines. It's Maddie Noonan out there in the faceoff circle, and she wins it. 4th line right winger on the line sheet. Long Island playing it behind their own net, looking for a way out of their defensive zone, but once again, that forecheck proving to be pretty strong for Post as they touch up on sides. Kristen Kiggin with it now, getting pressured by Jet Devlin. Devlin just harassing her behind the boards. Kiggin not able to clear the zone. A long shot looking for a deflection was VDO. Don't believe it hit the net. Into the far corner it goes. Noonan there. Jet Devlin as well helping her out, but it goes to Jeannie Wallner on the far end of things. Wallner trying to just slow it down, but you see that pressure from Hannah Luckman coming in hard. Long stretch pass up the ice, should be an icing. Sagel aside, goes to touch it up, and they get the whistle with 12:57 to go. Take a look at some of the team statistics so far. It's been all Post early in this game. 7 shots total, 5 of them on goal. Compare that to LIU. 2 shots total, only 1 of which on goal. That's the 5th face-off of the night. It's going to go LIU's way to give them a 3-2 advantage early in this game. Couldn't clear the zone. Good defensive stick. A great A opportunity, but a block shot. Boy, what a play. Grace Babington laying out to get in front of that puck. And now a fast counterattack coming the other way. Ashley Morrow, 1 against the world, and she couldn't stand up against Karis Kale. Possible costly turnover there in their own defensive end. Saw that cost post last weekend against Stonehill College a few times. But hasn't happened so far this one. Right to left go the Sharks. Brooke Larson cut that pass off, tried to send it back into the offensive zone, couldn't. Tries it once again. It was Macy Peterson. And that time she's more successfully does so as Pat Bingham changes his defensive pairing. Wysocki almost able to intercept the pass instead. Going all the way up the ice. The pass from Sarah Rourke, and we have another icing. So we talked a little bit about it as this game got started. Post has never won a game against Long Island University in their program history. However, in the last 4 matchups, Post has been up by at least 1 goal, and in some cases 2 goals in each one of those games, but yet Long Island has found a way to come back and win. Post wins the offensive faceoff. Pitter, long wrist shot, deflects a couple of times, rebound chance, they score! Right in front of the net, it's 1-0 Eagles, and Rowan Ringer gets the tally. For Ringer, her 10th goal of the season, 24 points, ties the team lead with Julia Wysocki. That's exactly how you want to start if you're Pat Bingham and crew. It's 1-0. Boy, a good play by Angeline Pitter as well on the defensive blue line, just sending that shot a long ways on net. Ringer got him body in front of Abby Thompson, and right again, the same exact play, another goal! Don't blink and you might miss it, 2-0. This time it's Julia Wysocki. The senior out of Argyle, Texas. Her conference-leading 17th goal of the season. We're going to have a conference between... Actually, I thought we were going to have a meeting between referees, but they decided not to. It looked like it deflected off of Wysocki's hand right in front of the netting. And again, how about Angeline Pitter? A couple of beautiful setups from the blue line, just sending it on the net, getting a few deflections, and all of a sudden a pair of goals for Post. Want to give a shout out to the Long Island broadcast crew yesterday because they mentioned it. The only real way to beat these 2 goalies is to get bodies in front of the net, the dirty goals, so to speak, and that's exactly what Post did in those first 2 goals. Send it in from the blue line, find Rowan Ringer or Julia Wysocki right in front of the net for either A, a deflection, or B, a rebound chance. So let's see if Long Island can bounce back here. It's Ashley Mora with the puck in her own defensive end, getting harassed by Grom. Decides to just send it back around to Abby Thompson, now on the far end, trying to send it up the ice, but couldn't do so, and VDO sends it back in. Post getting a platoon swap here. Long stretch pass up the ice, but that should be an icing if Brooke Larson could win that race, and she does. Beats Ashley Mora. Official scoring coming in on the goals. Haven't got the assist yet, but it is Rowan Ringer and Julia Wysocki. Boy, what a first line this has been all year long for Pat Bingham and crew. Julia Wysocki, now the program leader in 3 different categories all time, as we have our first penalty of the night called. It's going to be against Maddie Noonan. A trip against Noonan will see the first power play of the evening. That's exactly what you didn't want if you're Post University. Give LIU a chance to snatch momentum right back with just over half the period left to go. Get you some of the numbers regarding the special teams this year with the 2 squads. For LIU on the power play, it's the 3rd best power play in the conference at 18.8%. Post has the 4th best power play, but it's a pretty big difference. Post is around 13%. And a good clearance right off the bat after the faceoff win for LIU. They'll have to reset things. I'll give you the PK numbers in just a second, but before that, it's Jeannie Wallner taking it in. Brooke Larson trying to tie her up along the near boards, and Maggie Culp has possession. In front of the net, tries to send it across the crease. Post couldn't clear. Still set up as Fairman. To the near side, one-time shot. And Wallner gets denied by Saunders. Rowan Ringer clearing the defensive zone with the puck. A lot of speed, and with Wysocki to her left. Ringer sends it to Wysocki, and it has to get stopped by Thompson. Couldn't tell if that was a shot or a pass. Looked like a pass from here, but both work. And Long Island will reset on the power play. Penalty kill this year for Post, third best in the conference at 84.5%. And they're kind of teetering around that third to first range in the conference. The penalty kill's been pretty elite. We see another clearance all the way down the ice. Half of it gone so far. Trying to cut him off at center ice, really at their own defensive zone, is Macy Peterson, even shorthanded. Post still aggressive on the forecheck. Sometimes that's the best way to handle the penalty kill. Just don't even let them get set up in the offensive zone. Trying to cut it off in that far corner, Casey Van den Udelaar. LIU comes away with it. It's Grace Babington getting her stick tied up, trying to clear the zone as Post. A good keeping by Bree Eade. Now to the far corner behind the net. Danny Amons picks it up, gives it to VDO. VDO looking for a lane and just fires it all the way down the ice. Less than 20 seconds to go on the woman advantage. We really haven't seen LIU get set up too many times on this power play, if any at all. Got one last push here with less than 5 seconds to go. It's Crosby Wildfong, and we're back at even strength. 0 for 1 on the power play is LIU. Timmery Grom gets manhandled right at the blue line. A good hit that time by Wildfong. And now Karis Kell through neutral ice. Bank pass to herself, now chasing after it, but it's going to be Ella Knuston who gets there first. Leaves it for Schroeffel, and Post and Long Island looking to break out. Milana Butera into the offensive zone. A cross-ice pass and a good decision by Hannah Saunders. Just kicked that one into the corner. Kept in the zone by LIU. Quick shot off the stick of Knuston. That one hit a body. I believe it was Karis Kale out in front. We know Angeline Pitter's going to get at least 2 assists off of those 2 scorings. I'm just waiting for a break in the action so I can actually check the stats. But haven't had many whistles in this one so far. Similar to yesterday's game. Costly turnover there. Trying to just keep it in the offensive zone is Post, and Jet Devlin has it now. With speed, looking for a lane, wraparound try, and it's stopped by Thompson. Boy, a good effort play by Jet Devlin all by herself in the offensive zone. And that's going to take us to our first media timeout. 7:40 to go in the first period. 2-0 Eagles. Back in at Shelton, 7:40 to go in this first period. Faceoff coming to the left of Abby Thompson, and it's another win for the Eagles. Devlin tried a shot right off the draw, but it got blocked. Now in deep, Tristan Curry tried to send it into the slot. Another pass attempt getting blocked, and Long Island has it on their stick. On their sticks. Good play by Anya Wildan just to keep the puck moving forward, and now Sarah Rourke has it in the offensive zone. Rourke back to the blue line. A long slap shot try deflected up and over the net into the near boards. Don't know if that was a Shark or an Eagle who got their body in front of it, but either way, the Sharks still have possession. O'Neal sends it around the boards. To the far end now, it's Kristen Kiggin with the puck. Kiggin back behind the net, intended for Wilden, and she couldn't handle it. Instead, it was, I believe that's Angeline Pitter, but Pitter couldn't clear the zone. Now the tie-up for it. A little bit of sustained offensive possession, but finally the Eagles are able to get it out of their defensive end. Long Island sends it right back in. Less than 7 minutes to go in this first period. That's really been all post-University. Up 2 goals. And there's only been one real power play opportunity. That's got to have been a big key for Pat Bingham, staying out of the penalty box as one of the more penalized teams in the country this year. Well, battle for it at neutral ice. The Eagles do come away with it. Now trying to send it to the far side. Jody Rose enters the zone. Macy Peterson ties up with her. Battle for it. No one really comes away with it. And now Brooke Larson's going to try again. Dumps it in past the blue line, chasing after it. Peterson, O'Neill. O'Neill comes away with it, but Peterson trying to take on 2 Sharks, and Bree Eade finally has it on her stick. With a lot of speed into the offensive end of things. Bree Eade gets past one defender, now driving towards the net, and a good poke check by VDO to just keep that puck away from danger. Back towards Eade. He just tried a wild circus shot, 360ing away from Hannah Saunders, and that one really had no chance. Post takes possession. VDO. Tried a shot, blockered into the netting by Thompson. We have another stoppage. 5:27 left to go in this period. It's going to be Selena Mikavakis with one of the assists on the goals today, and then, of course, Angeline Pitter with 2. Faceoff comes to the right of Abby Thompson. It's Wysocki in there for Post-University. Boy, a big tie-up. Wysocki goes to the ice, but the Eagles win the draw. Send it around the boards. Sam Matthey picks it up. Matthey got her first collegiate goal yesterday against these Eagles. Now Wysocki. Looked like she was going 2 against 1 there towards the netting, but couldn't quite get the shot off. Now Long Island trying to send it through neutral ice. Grace Babington almost made 3 defenders miss, but it's a good play by Karis Kale to stay with her. Boy, laying out to her feet multiple times, Karis Kale, and she got back up to her feet. Now the tie-up is still there. No penalty called on either end. Boy, beautiful defensive play from her. Now Wysocki at neutral ice. Couldn't quite handle it cleanly as Ashley Morrow was poking it away, and Morrow has it on her stick. A lot so far in this game has been the dump and chase action on both sides. You see some more right there. Neither side really able to get set up with a lot of sustained offensive possession. If you're Post, that's a game that tends to help you out. It's a defense-first type of mindset. It's in their defensive zone currently. Boy, I don't even know if Danny Amons knew that puck was coming right towards her head, but she blocked it with her back. Couldn't quite clear the defensive end, however. Now in this near corner, and sending one into the slot was Izzy Krause, but no one was there to receive the pass. Back to Krause. Turning around, looking for someone to give the puck to, but no one's really there, and Marley Webster takes it away. Webster now battling with Krause, sends it up the near boards, and out of the defensive zone it goes. Now up the ice, Tristan Curry. 1-on-1, 2-on-1 forming, but couldn't handle the pass. Could Timmery Grom. Boy, it looked like a pretty good pass from Curry, too. Set up Grom in the slot. Puck goes high in the air and trickles into the near corner. Trying to keep it in are the Eagles. Couldn't do so. Goes all the way down the ice where Angeline Pitter picks it up. .321 left to go in this opening period. 2 goals from the Eagles, from their top 2 goal scorers this year, Rowan Ringer and Julia Wysocki. Really just not a whole lot offensively doing for Long Island early in this game. Only 3 shots on goal, and we're almost through this first period. Long try, almost on net, but actually goes into the corner. Bit of a dump and chase game for the Sharks once again. Sarah Rourke tries to chase after it, makes a few defenders miss, but ultimately gets tied up. Pitter and Devlin there for the Eagles, I should say. Now along the far boards. Tough shot that time, or tough angle. Looked like it was a pass into the slot, but it ended up going on net. Hannah Saunders had a kick save that one. Hannah Luckman was able to clear the zone. Maddie Noonan picks it up. Noonan tries to take a tough one, but getting her body in front of it was Peyton O'Neill, now at the near corner. Back to Noonan behind the boards, behind the netting. And out of the defensive zone it goes. Played with a high stick and whistled down. 2:08 left in this first period. And taking a look at these stats, it's pretty shocking for the team with the most points in the conference this year. Only 3 shots on goal. They're losing in the faceoff battle 8-5, and they've been on a power play so far in this game. Just a stout defensive period for Post University and Pat Bingham. Everyone's going to switch sides. Faceoff comes to the left of Hannah Saunders instead. It's Jody Rose in the circle. She loses that one. Nice job by the Sharks, getting their 6th win of the night. Now Van den Udelaar tried to play it along the near boards. Cope took it away. Still in the offensive zone, Ryan Kearns getting bodied by Jody Rose. Able to clear the zone are the Eagles. Farberman chasing after it, but Bree Eid will win that race. Cross the ice to the near side. Drew Dykowski with it. Once again, Jody Rose there defensively. Boy, she is all over the ice most of the time. Dykowski does retain possession. Back towards the blue line here. It's Anna Fairman. To the far side, Eid. Eid takes a tough angled shot, and that hit a few bodies before it hit Saunders. Farberman picks it up, gets it out of the defensive end. Cut off at neutral ice, and back into the zone they go. Sharks past the blue line. Eid hit her own player, and now a counterattack forming for Post. Jody Rose into the near corner, trying to stay with possession, just left it along the near boards. Actually, almost left the defensive zone, but stayed in. Rose with it once again, sends it into the slot. The deflection try. Believe Thompson got her pad on that one. Less than a minute left in this period. Trying to bank pass it out of the zone. Larson kept it in. Her shot hit a body. 45 seconds left to go. A few more pushes for either side remaining. Post trying to make it a 3-0 game. Long Island just trying to get one on the board before we go into intermission. Good pressure defensively on the forecheck. It's Selena McCavakis with the hard hit. She gets her stick on that pass attempt as well. Now harassing Ashley Morrow, and Long Island just can't clear the zone. Almost a good setup for Wysocki. Less than 20 seconds left in the period. Back into the offensive end goes the puck. A quick change for Post with 10 seconds left. No real opportunity for Long Island. Post might have a shot, however. Rowan to the blue line. Over to the other end, the long shot on goal, and Thompson makes the save. One last try, a wide open net, and the buzzer blows. Good defensive stick from Kerrigan Umferville to prevent that last shot on goal. But how about that first period for Post University? 2-0 at the end of one. It's the 17th of the season for Julia Wysocki, the 10th of the year for Rowan Ringer. That top line continuing to show out when it matters most. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 15 minutes with our second period, but for now, it's 2-0 Eagles. Back in at the Sports Centers of Connecticut. It's a 2-0 Eagles lead heading into the second period of play. And boy, what a first period it was for Post. Taking a look at some of the team stats, shots on goal 12-4 in favor of the home squad, 19 total shots as compared to just 8 for the Sharks. 0 for 1 on the power play opportunity are Long Island University. Post has not had an opportunity with the woman advantage yet. Meanwhile, face-off chances, that goes 8-6 in favor of Post. So really on all facets of that first period, it was all Post University. And we're underway to start the second. The puck is dropped. Post wins it for their 9th face-off win of the night. And Danny Amons with a quick shot right off the draw as she entered the offensive zone, but Thompson denied that one. Both of the first goals in that period, really not a whole lot Abby Thompson could do in net. They were deflection and or rebound chances. That looked like a penalty. Hand is raised, and it will be one. Extra skater is coming on the ice as Hannah Saunders goes to the bench, but Peyton O'Neill will touch it up, and Post will have its first power play of the game. Only 30 seconds into this second period, we'll immediately get a 5-on-4 opportunity. It's going to be Kerrigan Umfreville, it looks like, going to the box. And it's a cross-checking penalty, I believe. Not the most common penalty you see, especially at this level, but it's what was called against Umfreville. We'll get you the special teams numbers in just a moment. But 5-on-4 for the Eagles. Angeline Pitter in the far corner. Now to the right circle, back to Pitter. Karis Kale. Kale fires away, deflects in! A beautiful deflection! Right in front of the net, and it's a 3-0 Eagles lead. Give it to Karis Kale. It's a power play goal, and the Eagles got to be loving this start. Up by 3 now. For Karis Kale, her 3rd goal of the season, 5th point overall, and that was all positioning. A beautiful setup over at the blue line. Kale got herself right in the face of Abby Thompson, found her stick on the puck. And boy, make it 3-0 in favor of the good guys. Now Long Island just trying to get anything started offensively, but once again they get cut off right at neutral ice. And this looks like a way different Post University team than the team we saw yesterday over on the island. Rowan Ringer falling to the ice, slipping a lot. Might have a equipment malfunction there behind the net of Hannah Saunders. Looked like she couldn't really get up, but back to her feet now. Good to see. Good battle for it behind the net of Saunders, and Long Island does come away with it. To the far corner now, Ella Knuston just sends it in a little bit deeper. Milana Butera picks it up. Back to Knuston. Back to Butera. Actually behind the net, it's going to be Jeannie Waller, the leading point getter on the Sharks, although it's been somewhat of a cold streak lately for Wallner. Of course, as I say that, she got 3 points and 3 assists yesterday, so can't really say that too much, but prior to that, it was 11 games with only 1 goal scored for Wallner, which the last time we saw the Sharks, she was absolutely red hot, so pretty rare to see. Both sides going with a bit of a platoon swap here. 18-12 left to go in the period, already 3-0. A goal only 30 seconds in, thanks to Karis Kale, her 3rd of the season. Faceoff's going to come to the left of Hannah Saunders, waiting for the referees to get set up quickly. Oh, looks like they want to change some of the players on the ice after the icing. Rowan Ringer back on there. And interestingly enough, Rowan Ringer might be playing a little bit under the weather today. Hearing some information from the locker room, but it doesn't seem to be affecting her much. She already has a goal today and has been on the ice for both of the goals. Or both of the first 2, I should say. Julia Wysocki in the far corner trying to break out of her own defensive end. It does find Van den Udelaar, who sends it all the way up the ice for Ringer, and Ringer finds it in the far corner. Sends it quickly on net. Will count as a shot on goal, but not much of a test for Abby Thompson. Long Island trying to go the other way. Kristen Kiggin couldn't really handle it cleanly, but the puck trickles into their offensive zone. Casey Van den Udelaar to pick it up. Went off a couple of Long Island players there, but back on the stick of VDO. She sends it all the way up the ice. It's actually going to go on net, and covering it smartly is Thompson. If she didn't, I believe that's Riley Patfield who was racing down there and would have likely won that race. 17:30 left in this period. so far in the frame. 2 shots, both of which on goal, and the 1 goal for Post University. 0-0 and 0 for Long Island. They win that faceoff, however. Grace Babington picks it up and with a lot of speed moves into the offensive zone. Babington battling against Danny Amons and still retains possession of the puck. Leaves it for Ashley Morrow. Now Morrow looking for a teammate to give it to, but can't really find anyone. Drives towards the net. Morrow now behind the net. Pivots once again. Wraparound try. Sends it on goal. Another rebound chance. Whistle is blown. It's covered up, and I believe Saunders is on top of that one. Oh, what a save. Boy, Hannah Saunders, not sure how she saw that one. A bunch of bodies right in front of the net. It was Ashley Morrow. Had possession of the puck forever, just stopping and turning and stopping and turning. Found herself in front of Saunders, and Saunders was able to say no. Long try, deflection in front, never reached the net for Long Island off the draw. Post unable to clear. Pitter tries to leave it for his teammate, but the pass gets intercepted. It's Morrow, and it's Jeannie Wallner down there for Long Island. Pass into the slot. Oh, a beautiful pass, and Saunders says no once again. Boy, Grace Babington was set up beautifully from Jeannie Wallner. And Saunders with her head on a swivel. 2 fantastic saves in the last minute as we have another icing. Boy, it's been a lot of up and down lately for Hannah Saunders. One of the best years of her career. One of the best years in the country. But over the last 4 games, it's been some really good games, including 2 shutouts in there. But another couple of games where she's given up 4 goals. Today so far, she's given up none. And those last 2 saves to keep in your brain. Another long try. I believe that one actually hit off a body before it hit Saunders. And Post just content to clear it up the ice a little bit. Cut off right at the red line. Grace Babington trying to pick it up. Couldn't do so. Now Ella Knuston has it on her stick. For Anya Wilden. And her pass into the zone didn't quite work. They'll reset things. It's Wilden with it with the puck on her stick again. Seems like oftentimes in the new high, at least from what I've noticed, there's a lot of dump and chase game going on. It's the safe play, the possession play, but it's also the energy taking play, so to speak. You're constantly having to chase after it. Long Island seems content to do that a lot today. That time they tried to send a pass into the slot. A good diving block attempt from an Eagle defender. Hannah Luckman was able to intercept that pass, at the very least clear it out of the defensive zone. Now trying to get possession in the offensive zone is Farberman, and Farberman takes a good shot, but it went off the blocker of Abby Thompson. Still in the offensive end of things. Hannah Luckman sends it around the board, but Knuston's going to pick it up. Whelan with it, sends it in deep. That should be an icing. No, the referees wave it off. Both sides going to get a change in here. It goes back behind the netting of Hannah Saunders as the Eagles are unable to break out. Over to the far boards. Farberman just gave that one up. Now the long shot from the blue line. Ooh, a good-looking shot from Peyton O'Neill. Post able to get it out of there. And Peyton O'Neill has it on her stick once again. 14:50 left to go in this middle period. Back into the offensive zone goes Long Island. Wildfrong with a good shot, saved by Saunders. Boy, the 3-on-2 break-ins into the offensive zone have been working this period, especially over the last couple minutes or so for the Sharks. Starting to see them get a bit more aggressive on their forecheck as well, leaving 3 bodies in the offensive zone rather than 2, and that could be helping them try to snatch some momentum. Kale does have the puck, looking for someone to give it off to, and finds her teammate in the far corner. It's Pitter. Now moving up the ice, Wysocki gets handled right at the boards. Still battling for the puck, and a little bit of revenge from Wysocki there. Still high effort plays from her. Referees telling both of them to let it go before a penalty is called, and Wysocki smartly lays off. Puck resets over behind the netting of Hannah Saunders. With a lot of speed, Sajal Desai. First time we've said her name tonight. Been a pretty big factor all year long for Post. Brooke Larson tries to send it around the netting. Desai does keep it in. Now Ringer. Ringer with a long shot. That one looked like it went off her stick a bit funky. Just went over into the far corner. Wysocki tries to pick it up. Couldn't do so cleanly, but Amons has it. Amons with a deflecting shot, bouncing puck and covered up easily by Thompson. Bree Eade and Julia Wysocki going at it a little bit after the whistle. There was a bunch of extracurriculars yesterday over on the island. Again, both the broadcasters were talking about it at length throughout the broadcast. You always love it, a little bit of chippiness. This game couldn't be more meaningful for both sides. LIU sitting atop the conference, only 4 points ahead of Sacred Heart, and they've played one more game. So both these teams really desperate for a win. But as of right now, it's 3-0 in favor of the home squad. And Timmery Grom, good play there to try to intercept that puck. Doesn't work out, but high effort and almost did. They do get the puck back in their defensive end, but Riley Patfield has to touch up for post. Drew Dykowski with a lot of speed into the offensive end. She sends one into this slot. Now Saunders kicked that one away out of trouble. Trying to clear the zone that time was a post defender, but it went right into the Long Island bench. 12:55 left in this period. Take a look at the slate of games and around the Newhaw today. This is the earliest tip-off today, but another one that should have just gotten live is Sacred Heart over at Franklin Pierce. Later tonight will be Stonehill and St. A's and St. Michael's at Assumption. Defensive zone face-off win for the Eagles after a lengthy tie-up. Now just trying to get something set up in the offensive zone. Really after that third goal of the game for Post, it's been mostly LIU since then. A lot of sustained possession. It's also been a lot of neutral ice play. No side really getting a huge advantage. Of course, I say that, but one side does have a big advantage on the scoreboard. Grace Babington by herself trying to deke around a few defenders, and that's going to be whistled for an offsides. Another thing to note about this game so far is that Selena Mikavakis was on the ice for both of the goals. That increases her plus-minus so far today to plus 10 on the season, which not only leads the team, but it's in the top 10 in the conference. In fact, it's tied for 6th entering today, and it's going to be better than that leaving today. Trying to retain possession in their own defensive zone is Long Island University, but here come the Eagles. A lot of pressure. They do end up, or almost end up, with the puck at neutral ice, but a little bit of a mishandle there. Now coming the other way are the Sharks. Good interception in their own defensive end, and content to just dump it in and chase after it is Noah Farberman. Smart to play the numbers game there. Long Island trying to reset. Kerrigan Umfreville goes across the ice for Grace Babington, and Babington just sends it in deep. Jeannie Wallner there for LIU. Wallner getting bodied over at the far end of things. Wallner might be a little bit hurt. She's down on the ice. Whistle blown. I believe there's going to be a penalty here. Actually, maybe not. Whistle was blown, I believe, because that's Jeannie Wallner who's slow to get up. Kind of gingerly making her way to the bench. Luckily for her, she was right in front of it. Got handled hard into the boards. Hopefully she's okay. Tie up on the face-off, and the Eagles win that one. Long up ice pass, maybe ill-advised. It goes all the way around the netting of Abby Thompson, and we'll have an icing. Redo the face-off just after 11, or just with 11:21 to go in this second period. Julia Wysocki in the face-off circle and Sarah Rourke for LIU. Wysocki wins that one. Top line out there for Post. This top line is one of the best lines in the nation. No other way to describe it. Producing about 75% of the offense for Post in terms of points this year. Tie up on the near boards there. A couple of Sharks, only one Eagle in there, and Wheelant comes away with it, only temporarily. Sarah Rourke has it. Trying to find Wheelant once again, but the battle along the boards, a bunch of Eagles are right there. They end up with the puck out of their defensive zone, finds the stick of Riley Patfield, and now into the offensive end is Wysocki. She sends a tough shot and goes through the crease, not on net. Coming the other way now, making a woman miss, Bree Eade, past the blue line. Will she take the shot? She sends it into the slot, and it gets intercepted by Wysocki. Boy, what a high-effort play by Wysocki, getting the shot on one end, hustling her way back, and getting the interception on the other. Hard hit into the boards. Penalty called. And now we have a little bit of a couple of players down low there behind the netting of Hannah Saunders. Might be calling for the athletic trainer. I'm not sure. Trying to see who that is. I believe it's Bree Ede down there. Sajal Desai is going to go to the penalty box. So is Julia Wysocki. They're going to call 2 penalties on this play. It's going to be a full 2-minute 5-on-3 for LIU. Pat Bingham wants an explanation from the officials, and I don't blame him. Didn't see the first penalty on Wysocki. Definitely saw the second penalty, a clear boarding from Sajal Desai. And this is a big moment in this game, up 3-0. You want to give LIU zero chance at snatching momentum right back. They're 0 for 1 so far today on the power play with only 1 shot on goal. On the power play this year, they're at 18.8%, third in the conference. Penalty kill for post, also third in the conference at 84.5%. They're going to call back-to-back roughing penalties. One on Sajal Desai and one on Julia Wysocki. So a 5-on-3. Except right now there are no Eagles on the ice, and I believe Pat Bingham might have just taken a timeout. All right, so we'll have a timeout. 10:21 to go in the second period of play. Don't go anywhere. It's post up 3-0, but down 2 women. A full 2 minutes of a 5-on-3 power play for LIU. Taking a look at the roster that Pat Bingham is sending out there, it's Karis Kale, Maddie Noonan, and Angeline Pitter, the 3. Normal first unit power play group for LIU out there as well. They win the faceoff. Anna Fairman now to the far side. It's Waller back to Fairman. Bree Ede. Ede fires away but misses the net. I actually think Maddie Noonan got her stick on it. Post trying to keep that triangle formation defensively as Fairman fires one, and it got deflected wide by Ryan Kearns in front of the net. 1:36 to go on the 2-man advantage. Into that left slot, Wallner looking for a lane, back to Fairman, to the far end now, or near end, and back to Fairman. Switch places to Fairman and Ede. Now across the slot, one-timer, beautiful save! Oh, what a save from Hannah Saunders. Rebound still loose, now to the other end. Anna Fairman driving towards the net. She takes a shot. Rebound is loose. Another try. They score! Jeannie Wallner with the goal. Second chance opportunity, and it's 3-1 Eagles. Her team leading 12th goal, 23rd point of the season. We were talking about it earlier. Jeannie Wallner, she had a tough stretch there. 1 goal in 11 games, but as of late, it's back to on fire. 3 points in last night's game against the ice broken for the Sharks today. Still 1:11 to go with a woman advantage. It's now a 5-on-4 as Wysocki is out of the penalty box. Called a power play goal. For Jeannie Wallner, it's her 3rd power play goal of the season as well. Substitution issue going on. Something's going on with the LIU bench and the referees, but Seems like they've gotten it sorted out. Almost. Now they've gotten it sorted out. Ryan Kearns wins that faceoff in replacement of Jeannie Wallner. And now they're right back into the offensive zone. Still on the power play. Post trying to clear, but couldn't clear the defensive end. A good keeping by Fairman. Along these near boards. A couple of battles for it. Danny Amons has it. Let's see if she can just clear it down the ice. Gets tied up in that near corner. Pitter tries to help her out. Couldn't do so. Now Maggie Culp. Culp behind the net. Around the boards it goes. Wallner gets taken down hard. Good defensive play. Believe that's Danny Amons. No, it's Julia Wysocki who laid her out. Now Rowan Ringer, shorthanded in the offensive zone. Not a whole lot of help as Post is going for a change. One against the world, and eventually it does get taken away from her. Babington makes a woman miss on the other end. Entering the offensive zone, 1 against 3. Does have some help behind her. Don't know if she noticed it. Puck almost got taken away from her. Wysocki ties her up. Less than 15 seconds left on the power play. Not great, but could have been worse if you're Post. The power play goal for Jeannie Wallner, and hey, it's not over just yet. Now it is. Out of the defensive zone it goes, and we're back to even strength. So all things said and done, a 3-1 lead for Post after the 2-man advantage, and then the man advantage for Long Island University. Less than 10 minutes left in the period. 1 for 3, by the way, are the Sharks today with the woman up. 8:05 left to go. A good cover-up from Saunders there. And what's really unfortunate about that part is that Saunders made a spectacular sliding save during that first 5-on-3 on a pass across the slot to Jeannie Wallner. Denied her first chance, and then it was the rebound shot that got through. Either way, it's time for our media timeout. 8 minutes to go in the second period. It's 3-1 Eagles. Post working with a 3-1 lead, a little over halfway through this second period, but it was 3-0 not very long ago, and it's been mostly Long Island in this second period, at least on the stat sheet. Post was able to win that faceoff, couldn't clear the defensive zone, however. Kale picks it up behind her net. Bank pass, not out of the zone. Fairman looking for a shot, finds it, and gets deflected away from the netting. Believe that was off a Long Island skate. Trying to once again get out of the defensive zone is Post University, but that forecheck has come alive for Long Island. Here's the downside of that. Amons with a shot, and Abby Thompson was able to kick that one in the corner. Amons once again. Actually, that's Jody Rose. Jody Rose, that shot got blocked. Farberman has it on her stick, working against 2 different Long Island Sharks. Sends it into the slot, but no one is there at the high slot to collect it. Coming the other way, Kerrigan Umferville content to just send it in deep behind the netting of Saunders. Actually, a pretty close race for it. Bree Eade almost won that race. But getting it out of their zone is Post, only temporarily. Babington has it. Kale takes it away. No one really able to get set up. Finally, Long Island will just reset things. 6:51 left. 3-1 game. 2 goals in the first period for Post. They started the second with a bang, but then 3-1. Into the slot goes Tristan Curry, and her shot, well, she never got that shot off. Curry once again, and that time it's gloved down by Thompson. Boy, at first, a great play defensively from Jeannie Wallner, not allowing the shot on goal to Tristan Curry. But how about Curry staying with her chance and made it a tough shot for Abby Thompson to save. Faceoff comes to Thompson's left. It's the second line out there for Post University, led by Timmery Grom. Doesn't win that faceoff in the dot, but able to keep it in her offensive zone. Now the battle for it. Babington comes away. Oh, look at this equipment malfunction. That was interesting. Tim Marie Grom and Kristen Kiggin got their helmets stuck together. I've never seen that one before. There's a first for everything, and you see something new every day. And you know, you don't really see that issue often in the NHL. They don't wear the same face masks that the women do here, but boy, didn't really think that was possible even. Looking around for confirmation, no one's really giving me any, so hey, it is what it is. Interesting stoppage there. You know, yesterday in the first period of their game over on Long Island, I believe a door opened just kind of by a ghost in the first period randomly. It was the Zamboni door, I think. They needed to stop the game for like 30 seconds there as well. Either way, a good face-off win for the Eagles, and Sajal Desai just trying to reset things behind the net of her own goalie Saunders, and tough pass there. It goes into the netting. Another point you got to make is differences between, you know, NCAA men's, NCAA women's, NHL, all the different leagues. That's a penalty in the NHL. If you just throw it up into the netting out of play like that, boy, there are so many plays like that here in the Newha. And definitely intentional, a good rule that's not a penalty, rather just a face-off in this conference. Long Island in their own end. Peyton O'Neill, just kind of a blind bank pass, does find a teammate, Ashley Morrow. Morrow almost had it taken away. Hannah Luckman aggressive. Final 6 minutes of the second period. Grace Babington, offensive zone, easily kicked down by Saunders. Second period has definitely been more on the side of Long Island University. Here in the second, only 6 shots on goal for Post. Compare that to 9 for Long Island. It's also 10 face-off wins as opposed to 8 for Post University. And, of course, 1 for 2 this period on the power play are the Sharks. They retain possession in their offensive end. Ryan Kearns has it, battling with Danny Amons. Amons falls down to the ice towards the blue line. Fairman, other end. Bree Eade. Good pivot from Eade there to get away from a defender. Tried a blind shot on goal, but actually hit a body, never reached the net. Out of the defensive zone it goes, now farther up the ice. Rowan Ringer with a little bit of a breakaway. 2 women to beat. She takes the shot but deflects into the netting. Good defensive stick that time. It was Bree Eade once again. Boy, how many times have we said her name tonight? Both offensively and defensively for Bree Eade. Second line defender out of Bell River, Ontario. Tie up on the face-off. Goes Long Island's way. See Post line up that forecheck, and they try to get possession of the puck, but aren't able to do so. Now a 2-on-1 forming the other way. Maggie Culp with some help. Culp tries to pass it to her teammate. Trickling, bouncing puck, and Saunders makes the save. Another beautiful sliding save for Hannah Saunders, and one of the nation's best is at it tonight. Jody Rose back into the offensive zone, trying to keep that momentum going for Post, but Thompson covers it up instead. Boy, back and forth go these two teams, both goalies having very good nights, but it's been Hannah Saunders this second period, sliding and diving all over the place to make the stops. Face-off coming in Post's offensive zone. They got their first line out there, third line defense pairing. It's also the first line for LIU on both ends. Once again, that face-off win advantage growing for LIU in the second period. A hard collision. Boy, both players got blown up. Good to see them back on their feet. Rowan Ringer and Kristen Kiggin ran into each other hard. On the other end of the ice, it's Ashley Morrow into the offensive end. Behind the net, trying to left for Anya Wilden. She couldn't handle it. Back around this end of the ice. Goes all the way behind the net. That's an icing. 4:05 left in this middle period. Boy, I haven't seen many harder hits than that in D1 women's hockey. Obviously unintentional. It looked like both of them didn't see the other one coming. And just head on head got blown up. Crosby Wildfrong with the face-off win, if you can call it a face-off win there. I mean, it goes all the way back down defensively. And Well, I guess they're ruling that an icing. Apparently Post cleared it, and I didn't see it, so we'll do it once again. 3:58 left in this second period to go. Pat Bingham, his first year as head coach for Post University. Kelly Nash in her third year as head coach for Long Island. And a little shout out to Kelly Nash, fellow Badger alumni. LIU still with the puck. Bree E just dumps it in deep, trying to get it from Alana Butera behind the net. Butera had some pretty good games against Post earlier this year, but again, haven't said her name a whole lot so far today. E gets taken down right at the blue line, but still has possession. Another shot, or a good try, but just missing the net right in front of Hannah Saunders. Ringer tries to send it in deep to the far corner. Wysocki to chase after it. Fairman's going to get there first. Fairman along the far boards, exits the zone, leaves it for her teammate Izzy Kraus, who just dumps it in. Now let's see if Post can set up a breakout here. The breakout plays were working very well for Post in that first period. Haven't really seen it at all here in the second. Less than 3 minutes to go. It's Marley Webster sending it along the boards. Her pass got cut off, and now Sarah Rourke has it going the other way. Kerrigan-Umferville content to just dump it into the far corner. Wysocki still on the ice chasing after it. It's been a long shift for this first line for Post. Seems to be the pretty common theme for LIU as well, just getting the puck at middle ice, or at neutral ice, I should say, and just dump it in, chase after it. We were hinting at that at the first period. Post was handling it very, very well. And once again, it seems like LIU is really able to chase down most of those pucks here in the second. Hard hit right at the blue line. Wysocki into Umferville. I believe that's going to be a penalty. Second time today that Julia Wysocki is going to go to the penalty box, and that's been a constant issue for Wysocki this year. As great as Wysocki has been, leading the conference in goals scored, leading the conference in points, I believe, as well, penalties are the one downside to her game. I'm stalling because I'm trying to find her numbers. She's got the fifth most penalty minutes in the conference at 29 entering today, and this will be her fourth of the game, so she'll have 34. 33. I'm bad at math. I'm an English guy. But either way, a face-off win for LIU. Maggie Culp has it, looking for a lane to pass to, sends it along the boards, and Sarah Rourke will pick it up. Now Jeannie Wallner, we've already seen her score on the power play once today. Leaves it for Fairman. Fairman trying to get around a defender. Back to Wallner. Drives towards the middle, sends it across the ice, but a bouncing puck and not able to handle it cleanly as Wildfawn. Now Maggie Culp behind the net, Ryan Kearns. Kearns with a wraparound try. Saunders had her stick right there. Fairman driving towards the net. Her shot gets blocked by Jody Rose. She still has it on her stick, does Fairman. Now backpedaling towards the blue line, along the boards, and in deep. Now Sarah Rourke, back to Fairman. Wallner. Fairman. To Rourke. Rourke with a shot. That one, don't know if Hannah Saunders saw it. Either hit her mask or hit a body up above her mask, and the post is able to clear it down the ice. Half the power play gone for LIU. Entering today with the conference lead, top three in both power play and penalty kill in the conference, and already one power play goal today. Dykowski leaves it for Eade. Eade at the blue line, dancing around. She takes the shot, bounces right into the padding of Hannah Saunders. Good job by Jeannie Wallner to get off the ice. It was almost too many women on the ice for LIU. Instead, they still have the puck in their offensive zone. Babington leaves it to the near side. Bree Eade tries to send it across, but it gets intercepted in a beautiful clearance once again from Post. That was Jet Devlin getting her stick in the way, and only 15 seconds left. One last push available for the Sharks. Babington gets past Devlin, gets past Noonan. Into the offensive zone she goes. Tries to get around one more defender, but isn't able to get past Sajal Desai. Leaves it for her teammate. Good chance up front. The rebound opportunity. How did Hannah Saunders stop that one as the period comes to a close? Boy, it looked like there was 6 feet of open net for Grace Babington, and Saunders slid across once again. It was a great offensive period, the first period for Post University, and a great defensive period for them the second time around. They do give up the goal, but Hannah Saunders, boy, staying fantastic in net and keeping it at a 3-1 game. So don't go anywhere. We got 15 minutes until the third and final period of play. It's 3-1 in favor of the good guys as you're watching Post University Athletics. Welcome back to the Shelton Sports Center of Connecticut. We're just about ready for this third and final period of play. At least the Eagles are hoping it's the final period of play between Post University and Long Island University. Joined alongside our entire production crew of athletic communicators today. My name is Max Stapleton, and we're so thrilled to be taking you through this action. So how did we get here to a 3-1 Post lead entering the third? Well, it started in the first. Rowan Ringer got on the board thanks to Angeline Pitter and Selena Mikavicus, and it continued with Wysocki from Pitter. Then it was Mikavicus on the power play early in the second, but then late in the second period, it was Jeannie Wallner getting LIU on the board to make it a 3-1 game. We're underway here in the third. Pitter immediately picks up the puck. Post, they've actually lost the faceoff advantage over the course of that second period. We'll get into all of those deep dives into the numbers as we continue on, but the most important thing right now is entering today, Post is 9 points behind fourth place Franklin Pierce. And they need to win all three of their games in regulation. They also need Franklin Pierce to lose all three of their games to have a shot at home ice advantage in the first round of the Newhawk Conference Tournament. Ooh, big collision behind the net of Abby Thompson to start off this period, just less than a minute in. Coming the other way, right to left now go the Sharks. Content to just dump it off is Kerrigan Umferville, and now Post tries to go the other way with it. Sage will decide, past a couple of defenders. Going to get met by Anna Fairman right behind Thompson's net. Into the far corner, Wysocki finds Rowan Ringer, who takes the shot, but it just misses over the netting. Wysocki collects the rebound, gets tied up. Riley Patfield's right there to help her out. Battle for it, goes along the boards, right onto the stick of Drew Dykowski. Dykowski into her offensive zone, trying to skate past Desai. With an open net, she takes the shot, saves Saunders, rebound chance, another save Saunders. Boy, she is on top of her game today. Puck is cleared all the way down the ice, should be an icing. It is, but Hannah Saunders keeping it at a 3-1 game in favor of the Eagles. That looked like a grade A scoring opportunity for LIU right in front of the net. Saunders looked like she was falling down as well, but somehow able to stick with it. Face off to her left. The puck is dropped, the tie-up, and Sage will decide comes away with it for Post. Gets immediately met by Drew Dykowski, so she gives it up to Van den Udelaar, who sends it all the way up the ice. Hard race for it, but Mikavicus is going to lose that race. We'll have another icing with 18:11 to go. Taking a look at some of the statistics in this game, the second period stats definitely went more in the favor of LIU than they did Post. 6 shots on goal as opposed to 13 for the Sharks. No score, obviously, yet in this third period. Not enough stats to really talk about it so far. And how about this little note I just got from Kristen Brown, thanks to her. Angeline Pitter has 3 assists today. That ties the single-game program record. Pretty impressive stuff from the defenseman Angeline Pitter for Post. VDO sends it into the far corner. Tristan Curry does have it on her stick, but immediately gets it taken away from her, and out come the Sharks. Angeline Pitter now through neutral ice into the offensive zone, but it's going to be whistled down for offsides with 17:32 left to go. So just one more assist for Angeline Pitter, and she could possibly be the single holder of the program record in single games for assists. It's interesting because for Pitter entering today, we'll get to you those numbers in a second, but it's not like she has a ton of points on the year. I believe that was only her 5th or 6th point of the season. Tie up in that far corner. Tristan Curry is the defender there, as well as Tim Marie Grom. Kerrigan Umferville falls down to the ice hard. Stays in the offensive zone of Post. They're content to just send it into the near corner and try to redo this tie-up all over again. Long Island having a hard time getting things out of their defensive end. They need to start getting that offensive pressure and quick if they want any shot in winning this game. Dykowski dancing around, trying to make a few people miss, and now into the offensive zone she goes. working up against Brooke Larson. Leaves it for Maggie Culp. Culp in this near corner, driving towards the net, tripped up, hand raised, penalty called. Abby Thompson going off to the bench. Still with possession, Anna Fairman getting tied up by Tristan Curry. Kept alive by Sarah Rourke. And finally, post does touch it up. It's Maddie Noonan. And we'll have our first power play of the period on either side. It'll be the 5th one of the game for Long Island University. They're so far 1 for 4 today with 7 shots on goal throughout those 4 power plays. 1 goal of the game came off the stick of Jeannie Waller last time around. That was from the 5-on-3 to the 5-on-4. Official call goes on Brooke Larson. 2 minutes for tripping. Face off to the left. And LIU wins it. Over to this near side. Behind the net. Maggie Culp left it down to the slot. Good stick check that time. It was Rowan Ringer defensively getting in the way of that puck, preventing the shot on goal. Abby Thompson picks it up behind her own net and leaves it for Anna Fairman. With a lot of speed, Jeannie Wallner moving up the ice quickly, working against Amons. What a move! Sends it right into the chest of Hannah Saunders. Boy, what a beautiful deke that time from Jeannie Wallner between the legs of Danny Amons. If only she could finish it, that would have been on SportsCenter Top 10. 15:52 left to go in this third period. Still a 3-1 lead for Post. Peterson against Babington in the faceoff circle. Babington wins it. Still with the woman advantage for about 1:25 is LIU. Into that far corner, back to Babington, to the blue line, Bree Eade. Eade tries to send it out in front, gets cut off before it ever reached the net, and a good clearance by Sajal Desai. Down the ice it goes, behind her net, Abby Thompson. Good defensive play, aggressive defensive play from Riley Patfield that time, trying to take the puck away. Still, LIU had possession for a quick second. Selena Mikavikis harassing Ashley Morrow, and Morrow's just going to retreat, try to reset things on the man advantage. 45 seconds left to go. Barely able to enter the offensive zone is LIU on this power play. Finally they do. Babington gets it taken away. Sajal Desai on the near corners. Tie up for it, stays with the Sharks, but for how long? Umferville keeps it in the zone. Morrow has it on her stick. Sends it into the slot. Good defensive play. Van den Oudelaar got her stick in front of that one. She tried to cut off the pass that time, but instead Babington has it. Back to her, right at the low slot. She sends it around the boards. Mikavikis picks it up, sends it around the boards herself. Kept in the zone. Good play by Kerrigan Umferville. Umferville tries a shot, hit a few bodies, never hit the net, and that's going to do it on the woman advantage for LIU. Back to even strength, and Mikavikis just dumps it down. Boy, 1 for 5 on the power play are the Sharks. That's got to be a huge key to this game if you're Pat Bingham, and a big reason why you're up 3-1. Trying to keep it in the offensive zone is Pitters. She does. And Timmery Grom knocks that one down with her hand, just sends it around the boards. Off to collect, LIU, getting battled by Tristan Curry. And Noah Farberman with a tough angle shot. Thompson kicks that one into the corner. Battle along the near boards. Puck goes around behind the netting of Thompson. And LIU looking to break out. Umferville leaves it for O'Neill along his near wing. And a long stretch pass up the ice. Didn't quite go for Ashley Morrow. She does have possession, but actually comes up with it. Milana Butera, 1 against 3, 1 against 4 forming. Butera behind the netting of Hannah Saunders. Stops on a dime, leaves it for a teammate that isn't there. And the Eagles will collect. Trying to re-enter the offensive zone is LIU. Couldn't quite do so. Riley Patfield has it on her stick. Bank pass into the offensive zone, and Post just content to change. Change and then add some pressure offensively as well. Add some pressure defensively in the offensive zone on the forecheck. Good setup play that time. Looked like it was Tristan Curry with the shot. No, Maddie Noonan. Hasn't quite left the defensive zone of LIU yet. You've got to really enjoy that if you're Pat Bingham and company, but Almost a good play for Izzy Kraus. .26 left to go in this third and final period of play. Not a whole lot of offense in this third period so far. And again, if you're Post, you're a defensive-minded team, so you've got to be okay with that. LIU just all game long have not been able to get set up in their offensive end of things. Danny Amon just dumps it back in deep. Now 12 minutes to go in this period. Good forecheck from Post. Jody Rose was able to retain possession of the puck in the offensive zone, but then had it taken away from her. Coming into the offensive end of things is Umferville with help. Now the other way, Wildant scores! Don't look now. A 3-2 game, and Anya Wildant gets on the board. For Wildant, her 5th goal of the season. Her 8th point overall. The Sharks are cooking with fire now. Looks like there might be a Post player banged up on the play. McKavikas looked to be grabbing towards her face, but she seems to be okay. So 3-2 with just 11:45 to go in this period. And now Long Island back into the offensive zone. Anna Fairman gets it taken away from her, but kept in by the Sharks. No, they're actually going to say delayed offside, so Long Island will have to touch up. Brooke Larson through her own defensive end. Tried to get it to Rowan Ringer. Not sure why that didn't work there, but either way, taken away. Pass gets cut off and neutralized by McKavikas, and LIU will reset things. Puck goes into the defensive end. Brooke Larson chasing after it, as well as Drew Dykowski. Kind of a slow-moving start to this third period. Now a beautiful chance. How did that happen? Dykowski was right in front of Saunders, and Saunders had to make a tough save. Boy, the puck just kind of found its way into the crease of Hannah Saunders, and here come the Sharks. Peyton O'Neill sends one on net, deflects wide. Maggie Culp looking for the deflection, and that time it just went away from the netting. She still has it, fanned on the shot attempt. Puck is still loose, but the referees blow it dead. Boy, what a break that time for the Eagles. That puck was trickling in the crease, and the referee thought that Saunders covered it as they catch a bit of a break. 10:44 in a one-goal game. Pat Bingham sending out his second line pairing offensively, third line defensively. Post able to clear the zone. That's going to be offsides. Just barely able, but a good call by Covini, the line judge right here. He was right on it. So faceoff will come back at neutral ice. That should give Post a little bit of a breather. It was a very slow start to the period on both sides. Not a whole lot of shots on goal, and then that quick goal from Anya Wildant made it a 3-2 game, and since then it's been all Long Island in their offensive zone. Feels like for Post right now, you're just trying to hang on, but there's still 10:36 left to go. Kale sends it around the boards. Sajal Desai out of her defensive zone, trying to give it to Riley Patfield, chasing after it. No icing as Patfield wins the race. Good play by Riley Patfield. She does get tripped up. No penalty called. Long cross-ice pass. Ashley Morrow picks it up, sends it in deep. Chasing after it, Karis Kale. She sent it around the boards, intended for Tristan Curry. Curry battling for it right at the blue line, and smart play just to throw it in deep from Riley Patfield. An entire platoon swap for the Eagles. Not quite the same for Long Island that time around, but they're breaking out of their defensive end. Less than 10 minutes to go in this final period of play. Van Den Udelaar in the near corner. Leaves it for Sajal Desai. Desai around the boards to Luckman. Luckman trying to get around a defender, gets her stick tied up. And a good defensive play. That was Ella Knuston defensively taking that one. The recent goal scorer, Anya Wildant, into the offensive zone. Now Sarah Rourke with a lot of space, takes the shot, the rebound chance, and that shot couldn't go from Kerrigan Umferville. It was a good stick by Sajal Desai to prevent the second chance opportunity after Saunders made the save. Still with possession, Schroeffel sends one on net, but never quite reached. Desai once again got her stick there. In the near corner, that same number 9 for Post, Sajal Desai gets taken down to the ice, no hand up. Jet Devlin with the puck on her stick. Tried to get it to Noonan, clearing the defensive zone, and Noonan, all she could do was just tip it forward. Fairman sends it in deep for LIU. Saunders slows it down behind her own net. And Desai through neutral ice. Noonan just tipped it in deep, delayed offsides called, and the whistle blown. 8:31 left in this final period of play. We got another media timeout. Can the Eagles hold on for their first ever win against Long Island University? It's 3-2 when we get back. Back in here at the Sports Center of Connecticut, the rocky road to the finish. 8:31 left to go in this third period. I got to give you a little bit of a stat correction. I earlier said that Angeline Pitter tied the program record with 3 assists in a game. Correction. She has the program record with 3 assists in the game. That is the program record. Kind of crazy when you think about it, but hey, it's a young program, so I get it. 8:22 to go. 1-goal game into the offensive zone is Maggie Cope, but no chance she's getting any type of shot off there. 1 against the world. Post trying to keep the aggressiveness up. It was really there in the first period. It's died down over the course of this game. You kind of need to see it a bit. It's been all Long Island here in the third. Smart play by Saunders to cover up. Onto the ice comes that very, very good second line, technically grouped forward for LIU. It's Jeannie Wallner, Ashley Morrow, and Grace Babington. Been one of the top lines in the country, especially in the first half of this regular season. And slowed down kind of towards the second half of the year, but still one of the most elite line groups in this Newha Conference. Always got to be wary when they're on the ice. They do have one of the 2 goals for LIU tonight. Back on their defensive end go the Sharks. It's Anna Fairman with the puck. Made a woman miss behind her own net, and that was pretty impressive, and now they're trying to break out. Good play by Julia Wysocki defensively. Just got her skate on that one, so LIU forced to reset some things, and now Mikavakis has it. Good interception there as she sends it into the offensive zone. Behind her net, Abby Thompson. Post calling for a change. Trying to keep it in the offensive zone was Riley Patfield. Couldn't do so. And now Jeannie Wallner, 2-on-3. Wallner makes one woman miss, but couldn't retain possession of the puck. Boy, second time we've seen her go in between the legs of a few different players. Julia Wysocki is down. In the left corner, Wallner just slammed her into the boards. Nothing called, and Wysocki is very slowly, gingerly getting to the bench. She's finally able to do so, and boy, gotta hope that she's okay. The conference leader in goals this year, down and slow to get to the bench. Puck goes all the way down to the defensive side. Racing after it is Sarah Rourke and ending the icing. Great play by her for the Sharks. Keeping in the offensive zone, Kerrigan Umferville. Post tried to intercept it, couldn't clear the defensive end of things. Wilden in a battle for it. Umferville's there as well for LIU, but it's Amons who comes away with it. Played with a high stick, no whistle called. But finally, Post able to clear out of their zone. 6:14 to go left in this third period. Going to keep a close eye to see if that first line gets out there anymore for Post University and what the status is on Julia Wysocki, their star center. Less than 6 minutes left. Behind her own net, Angeline Pitter. Now Sajal Desai through the defensive end. Sends it up the ice. Believe it got tipped, so no icing should be called. Well, I stand corrected. 5:48 left in the period, and the same 5 will have to stay out there for post. These programs don't have the deepest history in the world, but it's something close to 18-0-1 for LIU against Post University. Don't quote me, but I'm around that range. And Post, with a 1-goal lead, under 6 minutes to go, looking to write some history in their own program record books today. Angeline Pitter's already done it. She had the puck on her stick for a quick second, tried to take it away there again. Goes all the way back down the ice. Not enough for an icing, and Desai picks it up. Back to Pitter, back to Desai. Actually, Desai couldn't get it around the boards. And now she has it through neutral ice. Into the offensive zone, gets past one defender, but gets bodied by another. Good defensive play by Peyton O'Neill. She tried to send it across the ice for Drew Dykowski, and Dykowski has to reset in her own zone. Now with some speed, 2 against 4 for LIU. Takes the tough angle shot, easily stopped by Saunders. Rose for Peterson, and Peterson can tend to just send it forward. Farberman is chasing after, but she's not going to win that race. It'll be a delayed offsides as Farberman was way past the blue line. 4:51 left. Let's take a look at some of the stats in this third period. Once again, it's been all LIU. 8 shots on goal as compared to just 2 for Post in the period. But the one thing that Post does have going for them, 8-4 in the face-off circle. Make it 8-5 after that LIU win. Marley Webster content to just send it around the boards, and that's actually going to be a whistle blown. Is that an icing of some sort? Are they going to say that Marley Webster was past the red line? I believe they are. Wow. And yeah, an icing called. I don't see that very often. Looked like the face-off started on the other side of the red line. Anyway, so now a little bit of a tougher spot for Hannah Saunders. Face-off to her left. It's Jody Rose and Jeannie Wallner. Wallner wins it. Anna Fairman sends one into the slot. Might have been looking for a deflection, but it went wide. Unable to clear the defensive zone yet as Post University, but finally they do. Macy Peterson with a tough battle, just trying to send it in deep so the Eagles can change after that last icing attempt. Get their first line out there. It's Wysocki, Ringer, and crew. Good to see Julia Wysocki back out on the ice for Post. Casey Von Den Udelaar just slowing things down behind her own net. Less than 4 minutes to go in this final period. Rowan Ringer tipped it, so no icing going to be called. It's Ashley Morrow behind her own net to collect. Now LIU looking to break things out. Will they be able to find the equalizer late in this third period? Well, not if they can't get set up in their offensive zone. Lisa Schroffel, haven't said her name a whole lot tonight. She has some speed, dancing around the net of Saunders, back towards the blue line, Dykowski. Near side, Umferville with a shot, and it was deflected by Sarah Rourke wide of the netting. Knuston fanned on the shot, but kept it in the offensive zone. Nice heads-up play by her to recover. Now Wilden already has a goal this period. Tried to leave it toward the near side, but it went right to a post defender, unable to clear the zone. Battle for it. It's Schroffel, Rourke, McKavicus, and Ringer in there. LIU comes away, but out of their offensive end. Clock ticks down to 3 minutes to go in the period. Now, I'm not in love with the mindset of you just kind of try to hang on and survive, and I'm not necessarily sure that's what Post is doing. It does feel like it, however, and man, at this point, though, with all the momentum on LIU's side, you're now looking at the clock. 2:45 to go. You're also looking towards the net of Abby Thompson to see if she ends up getting pulled anytime soon. Dykowski sends one into the slot. Boy, beautiful save from Saunders. A positioning save that time. 2:29 left. Unable to clear the zone a lot this period are the Eagles. And once again, LIU doing a great job of just keeping it in. Pitter trying to slow things down. Abby Thompson at the edge of her crease right now, looking towards her bench, but no call yet, especially now as the puck goes back down towards her end. A desperately needed platoon swap for the Eagles. LIU is going to do the same as we go down to 2 minutes left in this game. Good play at center ice by Tristan Curry to cut off that pass. Post just trying to retain possession, and Curry has it on her stick once again. Banks it into the offensive zone. That is going to be ruled an icing. A little bit surprised. Looked like Kristen Keegan might have had a play if she turned the other way, but either way, faceoff will come back down to this end of the ice. And we're going to have a timeout called. Kelly Nash, with 1:50 to go in this game, wants to talk things over with her crew. Down 3-2 here in Shelton. The last 110 seconds of this game between Post University and Long Island University. It's a tight one. Post is up 3-2. Send their first line pairing out there. Do the Sharks, and actually a false start is going to be called on Post. I stand corrected once again. Either way, there's the face-off, the tie-up, and it goes Long Island's way. At the blue line, Anna Fairman, it's empty net, 6-on-5. As Abby Thompson started this faceoff on the bench. Post trying to get possession behind their net, maybe just waste some time down. Ryan Kearns and Maggie Culp are in there for LIU. It does go the Eagles' way. Up the ice, Tristan Curry couldn't clear the defensive zone yet. Now they do. Trying to get it. Ooh, close. Trying to get it to, I believe that was Riley Papfield, though hard to see the number, and it almost actually went in the net, and that was lost for words there. Ooh, a hard hit that time around. It was Julia Wysocki laying the body down. Now back into the offensive zone goes Anna Fairman. All the way up the ice, another close opportunity, but it's going to be whistled down for an icing with 1:03 left to go. Those long shots, even with the empty net, maybe not the most well-advised thing. I believe that one was coming off the stick of Angeline Pitter, looking for her 4th point of the day. Faceoff comes to the left of Hannah Saunders. 1:03 left in this third period. Another faceoff win, and a crucial faceoff win for Long Island. Long shot, but it got deflected off a couple bodies. I think Wysoki's going to get the count for that block. Kept in the zone. Fairman dancing around, trying the shot, deflected up and over the head of Hannah Saunders, but Long Island will get the rebound at the near corner. Maggie Culp taken down hard by Julia Wysocki, and now Wallner with a shot, deflects. Not sure if Saunders got a piece of that one. Puck is still loose out in front. Bree Eid with a shot, and that one gets deflected wide. Boy, Bree Eid with the puck. Now at the other end, Fairman fires away, and that one goes up and above the netting. 25 seconds left in this game. 6-on-5, empty net, and it clears the defensive zone. Angeline Pitter is able to do it. What a game she is having today. 15 seconds to go in this third period. One last push for LIU if they can get it all the way up the ice, but that's not going to do it. Sage will decide to get it the other way now. Wysocki falling down, sends it on net, starfishes, but no icing is going to be called, and for the first time in program history, the Eagles beat the Sharks 3-2. What a win for Post University. They end the 3-game skid. They beat Long Island for the first time in program history, and a record-setting day for Angeline Pitter, Julia Wysocki, and company. You felt like Post was just knocking on the door over the last few times they played the Sharks. going ahead by at least one goal each of the last 4 matchups, but not finding a way to close the deal. Well, they found a way today. We'll be back with our post-game report and post-game interviews as Angeline Pitter will be joining us soon. So don't go anywhere as you're watching Post University Women's Hockey. Welcome back into the Sports Center of Connecticut for our post-game report. It was a 3-2 victory, the first victory in program history for Post University against Long Island University. Well, let's let you know how it happened. It all started back in the first period. Early into this game, it was Rowan Ringer picking up the first goal, assisted by Pitter and McKavikis. And let me tell you, it wouldn't be the last time you'll be hearing those names tonight. It would continue later on as Julia Wysocki got on the board, her 17th of the season. Once again, Angeline Pitter with the assist. Later on, only 42 seconds into the second period, it was Selena McKavikis getting on the board on the power play. Her 4th of the year, set up by Pitter and Karis Kale. That made it a 3-0 game in favor of the Eagles. But then really from that moment on, the momentum shifted like a switch over to LIU. It was Jeannie Wallner with 10:32 in the second period that got them on the board to make it a 3-1 game. That was also on the power play, and that was on maybe the 5th chance. A lot of rebounds on that play for Jeannie Wallner, and ultimately she was able to put it in the back of the net. And then over in the third period, with about 12 minutes left to go in the game, it was the 5th of the season for Anya Whelan, assisted by Umperville and Sarah Rourke. What a weekend for Sarah Rourke, by the way. Had 3 points in yesterday's game, was able to get another point with the assist today. So shout out to her for an incredible weekend for LIU. But ultimately, it saw this game get taken by Post University by a score of 3-2. Taking a look at some of the stats throughout this game as I try to pull them up real quickly. Just overall, a great team game for Post. Shots on goal, they did lose in that category, 27-20, but total shots 50-34. Power play goals, both teams had one power play goal in this game, and it was 1-for-1, 100% for Post with the woman advantage. Meanwhile, they did great on the penalty kill, stopping 4 of 5 tries for one of the hottest power plays in the country in LIU. How about this for face-off numbers, 27-27, as we're getting set up for our post-game interview. And actually, you know what? We'll send it over to the post-game interview, so give us just a few seconds here. We'll get you more of these numbers later, but Angeline Pitter will be joining us in just a second here on Post University Women's Hockey. What is going on, Eagles fans? We're here back at our post-game report. I'm joined along senior defenseman Angeline Pitter. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What a big game today for you, for the team. Let's start with you individually. 3 assists, 3 points, breaking the program record for assists in a game, especially as a defenseman. I mean, how's that got to feel?
Yeah, it feels great. I didn't know that it was the record, but when you get it to the right players, they find a way to get it in the net. So, yeah.
Let's talk about some of those other players on your team. You obviously play a lot with that first-line forward group. You're one of the more experienced players on this team. Julia Wysocki, Rowan Ringer, Hannah Saunders in net. How have your teammates been able to pick you up as you guys have been playing some pretty good hockey down the last month or so?
Yeah, we're all really competitive girls, and we want to win. So we do what we can to pick each other up and cheer each other on and make plays to find success for each other.
Well, you were finding a lot of it today, and you guys have found it. It's been a little bit of a tough stretch. 2 weeks, last couple of games, it's been tough, but before that, you guys won 4 of your last 6 heading into the month of February, and now down to the final 2 games of the season. What do you guys have to do next week to keep up this momentum you got today?
Yeah, I think throughout any season, you're going to go through some adversity, and we were going on a really good stretch there, so we just got to stick to the basics and play as a team and believe in ourselves.
I mean, there's a lot of reasons to believe. And last question for you. This is a big reason to believe. The first program win ever against LIU. Now, did you guys know that heading into the game? And does it even mean anything for you guys, or is it just, upwards and onwards?
No, yeah, it's a huge deal. It's something that we definitely knew before the game, and this is our last chance of the season to do it. We were really excited, and we really wanted it today. So. Well,
congratulate. You guys have been knocking on the door forever. It feels like you were right there, and you finally broke through today. So congratulations.
Thank
you. All right, well, that's going to do it for our post-game interview with Angeline Pitter. But for everyone else here at Post University, we want to say thank you so much for joining us. It's always a little weird with this camera outro, but hey, it is what it is. It was a 3-2 win for Post today, as they're going to have another home-and-home next week with Sacred Heart University. But until next weekend, have a good week, everybody.